Hello and welcome back to Kitchen Table Magic. This week we're going to be playing Brawl decks. And Brawl is a newer format, and since we're playing one-on-one, we're starting with 25 life. We get one free mulligan. We have a Brawl leader, I guess is all it's called. It can be a planeswalker or a legendary creature. We've both chosen legendary creatures. I'm using Hallar, the Firefletcher, and you are?
I'm using Vilis, Broker of Blood.
And so it's kind of like, Zach had to remind me kind of what the rules were, because I get it confused with Oathbreaker a lot. And it's kind of like Commander Light. So these are our commanders. We don't assign commander damage, but we get, our decks are 60 cards, but it's all standard cards. So that's kind of an introduction to the format. It's played the same way. So we're going to roll to see who goes first. 17. Oh yeah.
And a 9.
I will be going first.
Oh, you're going to go first. Huh?
I will be. We'll see if that is a bad decision.
I'm going to keep my hand.
I will keep as well and go.
I'm going to play that. Tap. Play Thirsting Shade. It's a 1/1 life link, and I can pay a black and 2, and it gets +1/1 until end of turn. And I will be done.
1 and a green for Land War Scout. I can tap it and I may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. It's a 1/3.
I'll tap, I'll play it to rest on you. You reveal your hand, and I get to choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. You discard it.
Those are my non-creature, non-lands.
Get rid of that one.
Punk. Okay, my turn?
Yes.
Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. And I will attack at you for 1.
I will take your 1. Go to 24. Play a land. I'm going to do 2 to play Soren's Thirst on your scout, so he gets 2 damage dealt to him, and I gain 2 life. And then I'm gonna do Disfigure. He gets -2, -2 until end of turn, and then I'll go in for 1 and gain another life, and be done.
Red and a green. For Sun-Colored Raptor, a 1/2 creature dinosaur with trample. I can pay 2 in a red, and he gets +3/0 until end of turn.
I'll pay a land, and I'll swing in for. I'll go to combat and swing in.
I'll go ahead and block.
And then I will pay the 3 to give him a +1/1 until end of turn, so he's a 2/2 now. And I'll gain 2 life.
And I block, so nothing. Dang, this is not working out. I'm not used to going first, and I should have mulliganed. Killed my only way to burn through cards fast. My Explorer, I needed that Explorer.
I'm going to play a land, and I'm going to do 3 for Spark Reaper, who's a 2/3, and I can pay 3, sacrifice creature, planeswalker, or gain a card, draw a card. And then I'm going to pay 2 for Dusk Mantle Operative, who can't be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. Going for 1.
turn?
Yep.
Mana for the turn. And then I will pay 3 for Orazka Relic, which is an artifact with Ascend. I can tap, add colorless mana to your mana pool. If I have the City's Blessing, then I can tap, sacrifice this. I gain 3 life and draw a card.
Draw a card, play a land, and I will just swing in for,
5.
well, let's see, I'm gonna pump this guy so he gets a 2/2.
But no, he doesn't get 2/2. He becomes 2/2.
He becomes 2/2.
So 6. So there's 3 down to 17. Untap, upkeep, draw. 1 and a green. When it's Ixali's Diviner. When she enters the battlefield, it explores. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Then I will play land for the turn. And then I will pay 1 red, 1 green, and 1 other for Hallar, who's a 3/3 with trample. And whenever I cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, I get to put a 1/1 on Hallar. And then he deals damage equal to the number of 1/1 counters on it to each opponent.
Must be nice having a cheap creature like my 8 mana would.
Hey, you picked it. Black mage over there. Black mage.
Go 3 to play Audacious Thief, who's a 2/2, and whenever he attacks, I lose a life and draw a card. And I think I'll hold.
Okay. Alright, untap. Upkeep, draw. Okay, I will pay 1 red. No, you know what? We're gonna 1 green and 1 other for Ancient Animus. I get to put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary. Then it fights target creature an opponent controls. We're gonna beat him up. And then I will pay 1 green and 2 others for Wayward Swordtooth, who also has Ascend. I may play an additional land on each of my turns. He can't attack or block unless I have the City's Blessing. And just a quick reminder, to get the City's Blessing, I have to have 10 permanents on the battlefield. Which right now I'm just a little shy of. I've only got 8. I'm close though.
Are you done, miss?
Oh, wait, no, I want to go to attack. No, yeah, I'm done.
Tap 4. To play Charity Extractor. He's a 1/5 with lifelink. And I would
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. One red and 1, 2, 3, 4 others gets me Charging Montresor, who has Trample and Haste. So I will move into combat and go in with 5/5 and 4/4.
Well, I'll block this guy here. And I'll take the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will gain.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you gain life from him? Okay.
Need my commander out.
No, you don't. We're fine. You can hang out there.
You can hit me with all you want. Because every time I lose life, I draw that many cards.
Ah, I see what you did there.
I'm going to do a...
What set's she from? M20?
Yeah. I'm going to do 1 to play a Pilfering Imp. Who's a 1/1 flyer, and I can pay 2, tap him, sacrifice him, target opponent reveals their hand, and I choose a non-land card from him. That player discards that card.
Oh, you sacrificed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll hold.
Okay. Hopefully she doesn't start barking again. Alright. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay, I'm going to pay 1 green and 2 others, and then I'm going to pay the kicker for 2 for Grown from the Ashes. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If this spell was kicked, instead search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So, oh, it doesn't say tapped. Put them onto the battlefield. That's awesome. That's what we're going for. I should shuffle that one. Oh, is she barking again? No, I just said I don't want her to bark. Tommy!
Tommy, come on!
And because I kicked that spell, Hallar gets 1/1, and then he deals damage equal to the number of 1/1 counters on him to each opponent.
So what, 2?
2. And then, with those manas, I'm going to pay 1 red for Traveler's Amulet. And then I'm going to pay 1 sacrifice Traveler's Amulet and search my library for a basic land card, reveal it. Oh, it's on the bottom. Put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. And then I will play it as mana for the turn, because I haven't played my mana for this turn.
You sacrifice that amulet?
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm just shuffling. I didn't want to forget to play that, though. You just don't want me to trigger it again. Which makes sense, because it's only supposed to be triggered once. Okay. Did you want to do this?
No.
Okay. Alright. So they're untapped. Okay. So now I have Ascend. I have the City's Blessing, because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to put City's Blessing out. So that means I can trigger this one, and he can attack and block now. So I will go in with both of my 5/5s, and ooh, I guess all 3 of my 5/5s, because he's a 5/5 now too.
I will block here, and I'll block here, and then I'm gonna pay 3 for this guy to sacrifice this creature and draw a gain a life and draw a card.
Okay.
And
So he was blocked.
He will die.
So only 5 gets across.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so just a question. If I drop below 10 for any reason, does this go away, or is this ever permanent?
You got it.
It's
forever.
permanent. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I will do 5 for Vengeful War Chief. And whenever I lose life for the first time each turn, I get to put a 1/1 counter on him.
On him?
Yep. So now I will be done.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Sorry, I'm still untapping. Upkeep. Draw.
I'm gonna try to kick Varric's Blade Wind.
He knows my deck. He's played against
Well,
this
like
before.
the Rusty too, so I remember what cards.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But also, I've never played his deck, so no, I was counting for something else. I'm gonna pay 2 green and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others for Voracious Hydra. So he enters with that many number of +1/1. So I did what? I did 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 6 1/1s on him. So I'm just gonna use a dice. So he is now a 6/7. And when he enters the battlefield, I get to choose one. I can either double the number of counters on him, or I can have him fight target creature I don't control, which is the much preferred right now because I would like to do damage to you without it costing me anything. So I will send them in.
I'm gonna block here.
Choices, choices. Life is a resource.
I'm just gonna do that.
Okay, so
He will die.
2 damage gets across though, because he has trample. Oh, he has trample too, but that one blocks it all. Okay, and then those guys both die, but you get 1 life back from your lifelink, dude. And then I'm done with my turn because I used all my mana for that Hydra.
I'm gonna do 2 black and 1 other to play Embodiment of Agonies. He's a flying death touch, and he enters the battlefield with +1/1 counters on it for each different mana cost among non-land cards in my graveyard. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 black counts as another one. There's 6. So he's a 6/6.
Oh my gosh! Okay, that's a truly great black mage.
You got like 6 die.
Everybody
Well, I
here.
guess
Let me
I
give you a
have
black one. Let's keep it in flavor. That is truly the black mage's best friend.
Tap 3 for Veiled Shade, who's a 2/2, and I can pay 2 mana to give it a 1/1.
Okay. I'm surprised that the shade isn't a flyer too. It looks like it would be. But that's okay. I don't want you to have any more flyers.
Lady in a wedding dress.
Okay, so are you done?
Yep.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep, draw. That's your defense against Varix, isn't it?
Why, he's like a, what is he, a 4/4 or 5/5? I can't remember.
He's a flyer, basically.
I don't know.
Okay, so let's see, how does this play out? We'll do 2 red and 2 others and pay the kicker cost for 3 for Varix. And since he was kicked, I get to create his buddy.
I lose 3
Carrix.
life from that thing, don't I?
Yep, you'll take 3 damage from Hallar. So his kicker was 3, I paid that. When he enters, if he was kicked, I create Carrix, a legendary 4/4 dragon creature token with flying. So these are both flying 4/4 dragons. And then I will go in for combat with 6. No, sure. Your guy has a death touch. Yeah, we'll do 6 and 6. So it'll cost you if you want to block.
I'm gonna block here.
Well, this one has trample.
And then I will just block here as well.
Okay, so 4 damage gets across here, none gets across here, and if my understanding is correct, he just goes back to command zone, right?
He just costs,
Yeah.
what,
2 more mana to cost. So you took your damage from him, and then I'm in my second main phase, and I'm done. What? That face? What was that face for?
This definitely is not the card I needed right now.
You want a board sweep so bad, don't
I
you?
don't have any in this one though.
Oh.
I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep, draw. I'll go into combat full swing.
Yep, that definitely takes me out.
5, 10, 14,
It's right there.
18. Oh, okay. And 6, so 24.
I drew a blood-soaked altar.
What's
Pay
that
2
do?
life, discard a card, and sacrifice a creature to create a 5/5 black demon token.
Yeah, that wouldn't work so great for you, would it?
No.
Oh, that's funny. I used Glorybringer from another deck as my token for my dragon. I need to get his token, buddy.
All right.
It's not best of 3.
This is on that commander.
No, we could do best of 3. That seemed really quick. Or we could just straight up play another one. Let's play one more. Do you not want to? That one can count as the testing because
No, that's
you've
a clear
never
win.
played that deck yet though.
I don't care. It's win.
Look what I did. I didn't shuffle my brawler into the deck.
I didn't have to worry because mine just never got out anyway.
Well, it's just always one of my worst habits. I always scoop everything. So in a couple weeks, we're going to be doing an Oathbreaker deck, and you'll probably see me scoop my Oathbreaker and my signature spell. Because I've done that multiple times, especially if the signature spell ends up in the graveyard. I think it's, just kind of mixed in with everything else. You want to jinky my deck?
No.
Okay. So do we roll again?
Yeah. 2.
Yes! I get to go first again.
I've got to take a mulligan on this one.
I'm gonna keep.
You get 1 free mulligan in this set.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Oh, yeah.
I'll keep this one.
Okay. So, me.
Yeah.
I just realized I set myself to 40 life instead of 25. Whoops. Okay. Go. Go.
And draw. Go.
Okay. I'm going to pay 1 red, 1 green, and 1 other for Hallar, who has trample and his +1 thing.
I will draw. And then I will do 3 to play Plague Crafter. When he enters the battle, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control. If they can't, they discard a card.
Lame.
I'll be done.
Okay, so that's not good for me. Just FYI. Oh dear me. Well, 1 red and 2 others gets me a 3/1 human warrior, Keldon Overseer, who has haste. And when he enters the battlefield, if he was kicked, I get to gain control of target creature until end of turn. But I didn't kick him, so 3.
Draw a card. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna tap for 3 to play Toll the Invasion on you. Target opponent reveals their hands. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card.
This is land. And now that you've seen my hand, you can see why I wanted Halal so bad. He was my only creature.
And then I get to amass 1. If I can find my zombie armies. I'm just gonna put the one little guy out.
One little guy. You know what I just realized? In my deck box, I might have a token for that guy. No.
There we go.
Okay, so you're done?
Yep.
So he's a little 1/1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. This is going to be elf. And then I'm going to pay 1 green and 1 other for Song of Vilis until my next turn. Okay, so it's a saga. As the saga enters and after my draw step, so I'm going to put a trigger reminder, add a lore counter. So it gets its first lore counter. And for the first and second time, until my next turn, creatures I control gain tap, add 1 mana of any color. So I'm not going to utilize that this time. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and attack.
Take it.
remember my cards? Seriously? What was I gonna do?
It was that green one. I give it a +1/1 or something like that.
You suck. Okay, then in my second main phase, I'm not gonna do nothing. You messed me up.
Play this. I'm gonna tap 3 to play Gorging Vulture. He's a 2/2 flyer, and when he enters the battlefield, I put top 4 cards of my library in my graveyard.
Oh yay! Oh yay! I don't know what that one is.
And then I gain 1 life for each creature put there, so I gain 2 life.
No, isn't your other dude? Oh, he's a legendary planeswalker.
Yeah, he's a planeswalker.
Oh, okay. I like that artwork. The vulture.
And then I will go in with 2 or 1.
I was gonna say, do your math different there, sir. Then you done?
Yep.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. After my draw step, then it gets the lore. So now he can be tapped for mana again. I'm gonna play mana for the turn. And then I will tap, sacrifice it, search for, I'm going for a mountain. Put it onto the battlefield tapped.
Yeah. I wanted that real.
Which... Okay, so surprise visit by mom aside, we shall resume. I had just done my Evolving Wilds. I had tapped it, sacked for mana. That was really the first thing I had done this turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my land for the turn, and then, oh man, she totally derailed my train of thought. I had a plan. Man. Interesting. Okay. All right. So then I will tap him for mana this time, and then there's a red, a green, and red, green, and 1, 2, 3 others for Halal, or Hallar.
And then I will tap 2 black to play Soren's Thirst on this guy.
Which does what?
Gives him 2 damage and I gain 2 life.
Thanks. I'm done.
I will untap. Draw. And I will go 5 to play Boneclad Necromancer. He's a 3/3, and when he enters the battlefield, I may exile a target creature card from a graveyard. So I'll exile that guy, and I can create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And then I will fly in for 2.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. And he gets a sage counter. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. These creatures gain vigilance, trample, and indestructible until end of turn. Now, my next question is, this is the first I've ever played an enchantment saga all the way through. What happens after this point? Next
It
turn?
just blows up. Now that it's
done, it's gone?
Yeah, it's the third one and it goes to your graveyard.
Cool. Not. Alright, 1 green and 1 other. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary, then it fights target creature an opponent controls. And then I'm going to pay 1. No. Hold on. I'll attack. He has Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. So I'm going to attack for 5. And then I'll be done.
Play a land. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To play Bond of Revival, return target creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. And then I think you got 1 more creature in your graveyard.
I do not.
Oh, you don't? I do though. So I will get rid of...
Is that the other part of the trigger?
Yeah. I will exile Sorcerer of the Fang and create another 2/2 zombie token.
Wait, so where are you getting that from? From that thing?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought it was part of that.
Then I will duress you. I get... Look at your cards.
Please.
Here's that one.
For anyone that can't see the artwork on the card, it's Blossoming Defense. And if you didn't know I had it in this deck, I added it.
Okay. And then I will... So he's a 5/5 already. Guess I'll just go in for 2.
Boom! You took out Blossoming Defense. He gets a +1/1, and he gains reach until end of turn. I had an answer for your flyer. And I distracted you with Blossoming Defense. I'm pretty proud of that move. Now, that may be the best move I have up my sleeves. Are you done?
Yeah.
That might be the end. Okay, so I can take my draw trigger away. Oh, interesting. Okay. This card is not good against your deck. I can't use it. I wasn't able to use it the first time either, just so you know.
What, the blow up artifact?
Yes.
I have artifact.
Oh, is that why you're not playing
I
them?
don't have it right now.
Oh. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
My
attack
blood-soaked altars and
for
artifacts.
6.
Trying to think what you got left in there. I just block with everybody. It's
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1 green and okay. Yeah, 1 green and 1 other. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to its owner's hand and I get to draw a card. So when he dies, he comes to my hand and I don't have to pay the extra cost for him.
Yeah, but you don't have that many counters on them either.
I know, but this means I get to decide. You're blocking with everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he dies. Bye-bye. So that was 3 of my damage, and then these 2 die. And then he comes to my hand. And I drew my card. So then, what was my card? Oh, interesting. Okay. 1 red, 1 green, and 1 other, and I get hello! Back from the dead!
Alright.
I'm done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play Tithe Bear Giant. He's a 4/5, and when he enters the battlefield, I draw a card and lose 1 life. I'm done.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay, we're going to pay 1 green. Target creature I control explores. Reveal the top card. If it's a land, put it into your hand. Otherwise, put a 1/1 on the creature. And I may play an additional land this turn. So this is the card that I revealed. It's not a land. We're done. And then what's that thing do? It's just a 4/5. I'm gonna hold. No, I'll attack. 4. Both of them? Okay. So okay, I'm going to assign my 4 damage to him. And then, so I die. And then in my second main phase, 1 red, target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to another creature that player controls. Done.
Four for Charity Extractor, and I'll go 3 to play Never Happened on you. Target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from that player's hand. It gets exiled.
They both say destroy target artifact. This one also says I can play an additional land.
Going for 2.
Bust. Alright. 1 green and 2 others gets me Marwyn the Nurturer. Whenever another elf enters the battlefield under your control, I get to put a 1/1 on her. Tap, add an amount of green equal to Marwyn's power.
Night Veil Shade, and go in for 3, and I gain 1 life.
I will pay 1 green, 1 other for Elfheim Druid. I can tap, add green mana, or tap, add 2 green mana for paying for a kicked spell.
Put counter on her. Because that's an elf.
Yeah. I have teeny tiny bit of elf synergy in this deck. I knew I was missing something. That's why I kept looking at my cards. It's like, I'm missing something. Okay, so she can tap for 2, and she can tap for 1 or 2 if I'm kicking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so my counters are how many times I've cast him from this zone. So I need
5.
Well, he's 3 originally,
Then
and
2.
I think 2 each time, right?
Yeah.
So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm gonna hold.
I'm gonna do 3 to play Soul Salvage on myself. Return up to 2 target creatures from my graveyard to my hand. Who do I want?
Okay, so that's the worst. And you know what it feels like to play against Graveyard Recursion now.
And do that one too. And then I'm gonna do 3 to play a Plague Crafter. When he enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. What?
Your sorcery card.
Oh yeah. Each player sacrifices a creature they own, or if they can't, they have to discard a card.
Each player, right?
Yep.
You two?
So I will actually get rid of this. Oh, because you'll have. I'll get rid of him.
The one that just did that?
Yeah, because maybe I got other ways to keep bringing him back. His trigger. And then I will go in for 4, 5. I'm getting 1 life.
Cool. Okay, so she's 2/2. So I can tap her, add 2 green. Then there's, so she's got 1 green and 1 floating. There's a red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what I needed to get him.
I thought you needed 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, hold on. I need 1 green and 1 red. And then I need 1 other.
Yes.
And then I need 2,
2,
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
I did it right. And because an elf entered, I get to bump her again. You're just mad that I've been able to cast him 4 times and you haven't gotten yours out once.
I need 1 more mana.
You're being salty, sir.
Use my 1 mana. Now I will bring out Vilis.
Who's a flying 8/8, by the way.
And
That's why it takes 8 mana to get out. And he's over here complaining.
I will. I'll swing it. Oh my god. That's 5.
I'll block here.
This will die.
So only 3. It's across.
And then I will gain 1 life.
Okay. I think I know who the winner of this game is. Unless I draw a miracle answer. Let's try a miracle answer. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Doesn't say I have to reveal them. I may reveal a dinosaur or land card from among them. Put it into your hand. And put the rest on. Not a miracle. Well, I was torn when I was building this deck because I had so many dinos I liked, but my guy was elf, so I was like, I should play into his tribal. So I put a lot of elves in and dinos. But I didn't hit a dino, I hit a land. Ouch. Well, I'll finish out strong. There's 2 and 3 others for a new saga. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. And then I may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And let's see, I only have 2. Neither one of them are going to do me any good, so we'll just do that. And then I will swing with 2 3/3s. There's my blaze of glory.
Draw. It's gonna fly in for 8.
Dead.
All right.
Okay, so we tied tonight to 1 game to 1 game, but that was fun.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
And I know never to let you get your full 8 mana because I have no answers for that thing in this deck. Nothing.
No, takes a long time to get out though.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
And we'll see you again next week with another home brew.